Hello everyone, happy holidays. Dylan and I are back for our Jolly Holiday wine tasting this week. And this week again, all about the holidays. We just tried these wines and
wow,
oh my gosh, they are fantastic. So we really hope that you get a chance to come in before Christmas. If not, just come in this weekend. We would love to see you and share these wines with you. We do have a little surprise at the end of the tasting, so I'll wait until the end to do that. But a couple announcements. This week, our hours are a little different. Thursday on Christmas Eve, we'll be open from noon to 4. And then Christmas Day, we are closed. And then next week for New Year's, we're going to be doing kind of a fun little tasting on New Year's Eve. So we're open 2 to 8. And then from about probably 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we'll be having a champagne tasting going. So if you're on your way to a party or you want to spend your New Year's with us, we would love that. We have the opportunity to do a glass of champagne or do a tasting. So we're really excited about that.
and we always break out great wines. I
Yeah.
worked it last year and we had some great wines over the years past. We've done, it's not only, we've just broken out great wines on New Year's Eve in the past, and I'm sure this year will be no exception.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So if you are making plans for New Year's, make sure to stop by the shop. So, and then New Year's Day, we will be closed. So, yeah, those are my only announcements this week. So I'll go ahead and get us started. So first we're going to start out with our French Rosé.
So, as you were saying, I mean, what a stellar lineup we have going on. And I know we've said that on more than one occasion, and we've probably said it on more than 2 occasions. But I will tell you for sure that out of the six wines or 7 wines that we have, a minimum of 4 are just going to blow your mind.
Oh my gosh.
And
So
I'm really, really happy about this tasting, and I think it's perfect as we go into the holidays. But here we go, as Kristen was talking about, this here is the Domaine. So this here is the Domaine, and this is Du Pas d'Escalette, which is down in the south of France in Languedoc. And this is 100% Syrah, stainless steel, strawberry, watermelon, bone dry. Perfect for the holidays. Perfect way to get started.
Oh, so
As your guests are arriving.
what would you start this with?
Cheese, charcuterie.
Yeah.
So if you had a big old platter of that as people were walking in, this would be a great wine to set right next to that, and people could pour themselves.
Perfect. Alrighty, and right into the reds. Like we said, fantastic lineup this week.
My
This is our
goodness.
Forenzo.
So the Forenzo, this is the 2012 Pinot Noir Forenzo. We also carry, I believe, the Chardonnay, but this is out of Sonoma County. This is Sonoma County fruit, and it is 100% Pinot Noir, as most Pinot Noirs are. They rarely blend. And this is done in French oak. You can tell there's a good injection of somewhat new or second year barrel, and then the rest of it is neutral. But talk about a cherry pie in a
Yes,
glass. This
yes.
is unbelievable. There's a nice bright acidity, which almost gives you the impression that there's a little sweetness to this wine. But obviously that is not the case. These are fermented dry. But just what a beautiful, elegant, fun wine.
It was definitely fun. I think that's what I said. It smells like a cherry pie.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Loved it. And next we have our Malbec. So another really great wine. Loved this one.
So this is put out by a gentleman that came over from Germany. His name is Kurt Heiland. In 2003, he decided to go over to South America to see what he can find in land, and he purchased in San Rafael. He purchased I don't remember quite how many acres, but maybe 10 hectares is what he purchased, and he planted Syrah, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Malbec. And this is the La Spera. So Funkenhausen is the house that makes
Love
it.
that name.
Yeah,
That's a fun name.
Funkenhausen makes the house, and then La Spera is the label or the line. And this is 100% Malbec. It does get a good injection of French American oak. 6 months, there is a portion of it that's new, but for those of you that like your Malbecs real leathery and real classic style Malbec, by far.
Yeah, this one had a nice tartness.
It
to
did. It had a
right,
nice
on
tartness.
finish.
The way Malbec should be. The way Malbec should be. A lot of times they're overly oaked, and as a result, a lot of that sharp acidity goes away. but this one definitely maintains a level of freshness, which I think is outstanding.
Loved it.
Mhm.
Alrighty, and another one of my favorites is the Broadside. I think both of our favorites.
Yeah, really, seriously. This is the Broadside. This is the 2014 Cabernet Sauvignon out of Paso Robles. This spends 14 months on a combination of French American oak. And we were talking about this, really the best description I think is juicy, right?
Yes, very juicy.
There's just so much fruit. It reminds me of biting into, think about any dark fruits, like maybe even one of those plums, like a Santa Rosa plum, just biting into it when it's really ripe. It's just so juicy and fruity and delicious. And the alcohol on it, even though it's light considering Paso Robles, it's 13.5%, but just a real delightful wine.
Yeah, loved it.
Mhm.
Loved it. And I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying I love the wines. So this is our Hall Merlot, and
Wow.
Dylan and I just about passed out when we had it. It was so good.
I was telling Kristen, this is probably the best Merlot I've had in the past 10 years. And I really do mean that. This is put out by Catherine Hall. This here is her Merlot from Napa Valley. So this is, there is some estate fruit, but there's also some source fruit. And I know that this Merlot also goes into her higher end Cab blends and the Meritage. But here we got 20 months on oak, which once again is on the high side for Merlot, but for those of you that are Cabernet drinkers that say, oh, I do not like Merlot, you can't say that until you've had this wine. Okay,
You have to try it.
You have to try it because it drinks like a Cabernet. It's elegant. It's refined. The tannins are still silky on it. It doesn't have the bite of, like, let's say a 20-month-old Cabernet Sauvignon could have. Just real nice, beautiful wine. Really elegant. This is something that I would save for, like, if you were doing if you were doing a prime rib dinner, I would serve this with the main course. Absolutely. So, great wine.
Alrighty, and next we have our 2008. This is the Dubos Syrah.
So 2008, this is their current release, and I know it sounds 2008. In fact, when we poured it, it still has that garnet color, which is starting to show some age, which, of course, all wines, I don't care of the dollar price, will benefit even from just 6 months of aging. But this one here has obviously benefited from quite a few years. It spends 34 months on oak. 34 months on oak, and it's French oak, and it does see a good injection. It's 50% new oak, 50% neutral oak. So just think about that, 34 months. And this is going to be a wine that certainly has got some aging potential, and it has a little bit of that barnyardiness, along with still being able to sing with those fruity notes, which, a good California Syrah should do so. And, if you guys have ever been to Dubos, up in Paso, this is a family that it's still very small, considering a lot of the big wineries that are up there. This is still very family run and operated. The brothers work the field, the mom works the tasting room, and just a real nice family run. Pets running all over the place. Just a real nice family run winery. So I encourage you to try it during the tasting, and then also when you're up in Paso Robles, make sure you go up and see them.
So in terms of the Dubos, you said it has a lot more aging potential. It's already a 2008. So how much longer would you choose to hold on to it?
Easily lay down another 10 years.
Another 10 years?
Easily lay down another 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got 50% of brand new oak on it. So the tannins are not bitter on this wine. Obviously the oak that they're using, it's a French oak, but it's obviously very refined oak that's probably got a very nice thin grain to it. A very high-end oak, and you can tell it's showing in the wine. It's well made.
It's very well made.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so this is our 6 wines that we have
Standard
this week.
lineup, right?
Yeah, this is our standard lineup. So this week we do have a little bonus wine. This is our Osborne. It's a cream sherry. So with this wine, we'll be pouring it along with the other 6, but it is a limited wine. So as soon as we are out, we are
It's out.
So If you want to taste it, please come early.
Mhm.
Come see us tomorrow, Wednesday, and hopefully maybe we'll have it by Saturday. So, like I said, a limited wine, but this is our cream sherry out of Spain.
Exactly. So there's, well, for those of you that have been to the sherry class, or for those of you that want to come to a future sherry class, I encourage you to do so. But this is a very, like champagne or like Madeira or some fortified wines like port. This is a very, the best way to put it is, it's a wine that's really driven by a lot of process. It's a process-driven wine. It's not something, this doesn't taste like this just off the vine. There's a lot of processing that goes in, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just a lot of steps that go into making wine, and of course a lot of time that goes into making sherry wine. But this is what they call an oloroso, and this comes from the south of France. Jerez, from the south of Spain. Jerez is the home to a lot of great sherries, and this one comes from a little bit south of Jerez. Almost as you're approaching the Strait of Gibraltar is where this comes from. It does have a good level of sugar to it. The sugar is added. It's called fortification, and just a really, chaptalization, and this is just a really, really nice wine.
Very good, very good.
So, from all of us once again here at St. Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room, we wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry
This
Christmas.
is Christmas week. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. What am I missing?
I think you
Yeah,
may,
got 'em
you
all.
may have covered it.
All right. Well, please enjoy it with
Yeah.
friends and family, and let's be happy that we're 6 feet above ground as opposed to 6 feet underground, right?
Be safe and enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers.